Water is an excellent coolant and fire extinguishing agent. This also applies to fires in electric cars. The fixed drencher system is the main tool. It is highly efficient at containing and reducing fire spread in the cargo space and exposes the crew to little or no risk. In most cases, the drencher suppresses a lithium-ion battery fire and prevents it from spreading to adjacent vehicles. Should there be a need for additional or alternative tools, various methods are available. The use of fire hoses and nozzle are general firefighting practice used on board. The standard hose dimension is 45 mm. In comparison, hoses with a diameter of 25 mm are easier to handle, but such hoses suffer from a greater pressure loss. At least 2 firefighters are required to handle the fire hose. One at the front to operate the nozzle, and the second to handle the hose. The water will be turned on. Some nozzles can produce an adjustable spray pattern. Approach with a wide cone of water, alternate with the click setting as felt necessary, and if possible at an angle of approximately 45 degrees measured from the center line of the vehicle. Keep a safe distance because of the risk of jet flames. Water should arrive to the vehicle caught on fire for cooling or suppression. Try to avoid straight jet. Water droplets have a better cooling capacity. If lithium-ion battery is violently active, protect adjacent cars. Extinguish fires in adjacent cars to prevent further spread. After that, suppress the primary car fire. Last, make attempt to cool or suppress battery itself if needed. Repeat as required. Continue cooling or change to a wider angle for protection during backward movement. A water cooling device can be used as a preventive measure in case of suspicion, or signs of thermal runaway, or as a post-extinguishing measure. It can also be used as an additional passive water source for firefighting and cooling. The device creates a protective and cooling water shield between and under the vehicles. Please note that a passive cooling device may take many shapes. The important is massive water spray and that it requires no crew presence at the fire. For preparation, the device should be placed in a remote and protected location, at least 1 car away. The device can either be carried to, pulled with a rope, or pushed with a rod to its position. If protective water for approaching firefighters is desired, water may be turned on already at starting position. An additional team must protect the advance towards the fire. Place cooling unit close to the fire or between the wheels of the car. As soon as device is in position, firefighters may reverse out same way as approaching. A special fire blanket for vehicles can be used to contain and suppress a limited vehicle fire. A fire blanket may be valuable for a general car fire, but does not stop a thermal runaway with gases or jet flames. The thermal runaway will proceed regardless of oxygen, but the consequences can be suppressed with the blanket. In case of Li-ion battery reigniting, A correctly applied fire blanket can contain jet flames, and prevent ignition of other parts of car. The blanket should be large enough to allow for application with one car as barrier between fire and crew member. About 6 by 8 meters is good. Extension straps at each corner may be considered for additional reach. The weight of such fire blanket would be 20 to 25 kilograms and requires fit, strong crew members for handling and application. The main limitations of use is walking access and variation of shape of vehicles as well as local obstructions. Unpacking is done according to the instructions. Place the fire blanket on the deck in a safe position in front of or behind the car and unfold it. Arrange hose team for protection of blanket team, and prior extinguishing of fires in adjacent cars to allow for safe approach. 2 firefighters grab the blanket by the handles and pull the fire blanket over the car in a continuous movement, using adjacent cars as safety barrier. Make sure that the fire blanket is tight to the ground, by means of walking around the car as close as safely possible. After it is in place, return to a safe position and monitor the temperature with the IR camera. An additional team must protect the retreat. Should situation get more intensive or temperature rise, water cooling may be applied. A water mist lance is primarily intended to penetrate an enclosed space without allowing for oxygen ingress, then spread a water mist inside. It can be an alternative water screen for external boundary cooling. Small droplets absorb a lot of heat and the water mist lance has proven to be very effective inside the vehicle. Connect water mist lance to the fire hose. Open and shut will be done on the Y coupling by your teammates. The use of a water mist lance requires at least one operator moving towards the vehicle on fire, since the range and spread of the water droplets are limited. Approach the vehicle and penetrate the enclosed space on fire with the water mist lance. Do not use water mist lance in engine compartment or directly on the battery due to the risk of contact with high voltage components.